Hi everybody. Hi everyone. I hope you are doing fine wherever you are in this part of the world. Wherever you are, I just hope God is taking care of your health, your family, and everybody else. Don't forget to keep praying each and every single day because you never know when, the hour, or the time God is going to come back, alright? Anyway, so guys, there's this topic that has been pondering my head, so I thought of discussing it today. And guess what? It's about the dark side of motherhood that nobody else or no one can ever tell you unless you experience personally. What I thought about today is that, you see, when we all are pregnant or we are expecting a child, we usually think that when a child comes, we everything will go just smooth. You understand? You will sleep. The baby only needs feeding, bathing, and changing clothes and sleeping. My goodness, I'm gonna invite my sister here very soon. She'll be able to share her part of her experience as per how she has been faring on since she had a baby. But anyway, today I want to talk about this dark side of motherhood that nobody else will tell you unless you get to experience it. For instance, myself, my experience, my birth experience. Look at this one, that's my birth certificate. Yeah, my birth experience. From the moment I got pregnant, everything for me was so smooth, all right, except for the little itches and there when you have like stitches. When you eat too much, you get to have like stitches. You walk a little distance and all your legs are swollen, but everything went smooth. But again, until the moment I went to labor, my goodness, guys, different women experience different body changes while they're pregnant. For me, I had my nose had grown a little bit fatter, and I really didn't enjoy having people telling me that my nose was a little bit fat or my cheeks were a little bit swollen. It really hurts sometimes, so be careful on what you tell a pregnant woman anyway. But today I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about the after birth experience. You know, for me, I can say that every woman who has given birth, no matter the age, no matter the number of kids they have, maybe she has 2 or 3 kids, or perhaps this is the first time that she's having a child, all the same, they all need support system, either from the husband, from their siblings, from their mother-in-laws, or even their maternal parents, right? Because, guys, I have learned that without all that support system, you'll burn out. Because I felt like whenever the baby sleeps, you need to sleep alongside the baby. And when the baby wakes up, you need to wake up, not unless you don't have that support system. So I can say that most women in the long run, they come to experience backaches, swelling legs whenever they walk for a short distance, just because the first 3 months they didn't have that support system. They were just, you understand, you are alone. When the baby sleeps, you wake up, you rush to wash the baby's clothes, you need to do the dishes, clean the house. But of course, our parents, for those old days, they will feel like that's just it's like a walk in the park, because for them, maybe after a few months or a few weeks, they go back to maybe the lake to fetch water, and it was a long distance, and of course carrying 20 liters of water, or perhaps firewood, you understand, maybe going to the garden and fetch vegetables, such like things. So they feel like the current generation, we are not, we are a little bit soft, or rather we love ourselves more, and that's why we are not able to cope. But all the same, I will say that every woman, no matter the age, as long as they have given birth from day one up to perhaps 2 to 3 months, they need a support system. You know, emotional support, physically helping this mother to carry the child whenever they are tired. I'm telling you, those little angels look like they are not heavy. But again, imagine you are not used to be holding your hands like this, and now this baby has to be carried like this. There are things that you need to learn, like latching your baby so that they can breastfeed well. Maybe at 2 months or at around 6 months, you need to learn what works for your baby in terms of food or fruits. You understand? Things like that. And again, for those people who feel like, I did it myself, why can't this other person do it on their own? My advice is, women have different bodies and we respond differently, all right? The thing is, if these women, they do not have this support system from the word God, what I know is that in the long run, they are going to suffer in terms of backache, swollen legs. I'm speaking out of experience, because myself, I usually experience backaches, because yes, I had a support system. My husband was there for me, but of course not for the longest time. He was there they usually get a leave of 2 months, right? But I can imagine if he wasn't there from the first 2 months, I don't know what could have happened to me, but it's hectic. When the baby sleeps, you need to do the dishes, wash the baby's clothes, cook food. And again, maybe some of us do not have these fridges and to store food, so you have to run to the kibanda, have your vegetables cut or prepared, run to the supermarket, pick 1 or 2 things. And yet, maybe there are those women who get stitched, right? So it really becomes so difficult for them. So I will urge anybody who has a sister or a mother. For me, if right now I could go back to those days when my mom was giving birth to my other siblings, believe me, it's out of ignorance that I did not help as much. But right now I feel like if I could go back to those days, I will give her my full support, because after experiencing this experience from the time I was pregnant to the time I gave birth and the days after, I believe that I have learned a lot. So if I could go back, I could give her my full support. Sometimes I just think of, there are some days that my siblings, my brother, my sister could cry at night, and I'm just sleeping. Perhaps maybe it's because I was in 74, 75, and I didn't understand. So I used to feel bad, like, hey, this baby is crying all night, and tomorrow I have a class. You just feel like you're going to doze off at class. So I used to pray like, hey, my brother needs to grow so fast. My sister needs to grow so fast, so that I can have at least enough sleep. So anybody out there who has a sibling, a lady who is pregnant, or perhaps she has given birth, all these people need support, because not all kids behave the same way. Because the kids who sleep at least 10 minutes to 15 minutes, they are awake. And there are those who can sleep for hours, alright? If you have a child who sleeps for hours, it's better for you. You are lucky. But there are those whose kids just sleep for a few minutes, so they just get stressed. Because if these mothers don't get enough support, they really get stressed out, and sometimes they can burn out their energy, alright? And sometimes they can even get sick. So anybody out there, support your siblings who are pregnant, or your partners. Even if you're a man watching my video, ensure that you support your partner, because it's not easy to raise these little angels, all right? Yeah, first time moms really experience hard time. Myself, I had a hard time, kuvalisha my son the diapers. I didn't know how to do it, so I had to ask help, especially when I was at the hospital. I could ask my fellow ladies to help me out. Until I got home, still I was green. I didn't know how to do it. It looked like a simple thing, of course, but if you can help, help. All right. So if you are passing by and you came across my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And of course, I'm your favorite content creator. As always, I usually tell you that subscribe, share, comment, and my son is really disturbing behind me. Yes? Just put it up there, Baba. Yeah, so guys, I was saying, subscribe, support my content by sharing. So give it a thumbs up if you feel like I touched your life, of course. Thank you so much. Until next time, let's meet here.
Just breathe in and breathe out. You've been crying for some time now. Lost your